What is going on? YouTube. Good morning. I don't even know what day it is. I think it's a Wednesday or a Tuesday. I think it's a Tuesday. It's a Tuesday here in Adelaide. And today, I'm going to be taking you through heaps of different shit. But essentially, I'm going to be taking you through how to plan your fat loss journey, how to plan your shred, how to get fucking peeled in shape for an event, for summer, for photo shoot, for whatever the fuck you want to do. And I'm going to take you through down the life rest day of prep. I think I'm 10 weeks out. I did some posing shots this morning, did my check-in for my coach, so that's all up, looking pretty lean. Especially for me, 10 weeks out like this, condition is pretty fucking good. Bit of a fucking check here on the rig. You guys have roughly seen my morning routine, a bit of the supplements I take, more fast-tracked version, but this is it, and this is in the full, in the flesh, uncensored version, okay? Because I'm going to be talking too much about this sort of shit on YouTube, but I definitely am not going to hide it like most influencers do, so that you guys are deluded to think that you can get these fucking quads without taking a little bit of extracurricular, if you know what I'm saying. So, espresso is the extracurricular. No, I'm kidding. What I do in the morning, I get up, liter of water goes down with electrolytes. If I'm training, I'll have that with a carb powder. But we're not training today, we're just going for a beach walk. Because if I'm not training, I always consciously make the effort to go for a walk. I'd love to do a beach walk every day. Sometimes I just can't be fucked, so I go around the block because we don't live near the beach. So, that's that. I'll have my electrolytes, I'll sip on that. Then, I'll have coffee or caffeine with this fancy stuff here. No, I don't do a fucking line in the morning. Bit of Anavar. I take that shit raw because you MFs with the pills and shit, prob's fucking taking D-Bowl instead. And then a bit of clem, alright, just boom. Pop that shit in the mouth. It's that blue petroleum type shit. And then a bit of L-carnitine, which I'm not really going to show you, but L-carnitine is fucking fantastic. It's not even really an illicit substance. None of this is an illicit substance, but you can just get that fucking online. I think we're doing 300 milligrams per day. We were previously in previous preps doing 200 milligrams per day, but fuck the research and the guys that go on about the benefits of L-carnitine is pretty wild. So I would recommend that for, actually I wouldn't recommend fucking anything. Take back what I just said, but I've seen it work really well, men and women trying to lose fat. As it's obviously not a hormone, we're not fucking around with your biology in any sense, really. So it has seemed to be a fantastic supplement for me in aiding and losing fat over the oral version, which isn't very bioavailable, which doesn't really get digested, absorbed, or broken down nearly as much as the injectable version, etc. So I'll have my coffee because it does help the absorption of the orals like Anavar, etc. Pop that one back and then we'll get on our way. So we're going to head to the beach, go for a walk. On my rest days, I like to clock 4,000 to 6,000 steps in one walk because it's just easy. Literally then little 5-10 minute walks between my meals, plus between my check-ins, gets my steps done for the day. It's that fucking easy. So I'll go do my walk now. I'll get back. I've got check-ins to do today. This YouTube video. Again, I'm going to take you guys through how I would set up something for a Gen Pop client to lose fat and get shredded kind of leading into summer or just leading into you wanting to clean yourself up, because I think that's going to be a decent amount of value. I might set it up on my whiteboard. I'll get something going where I can show you a bit of a process of how I would work it out. And then we'll go from there. Peace. Okay, so we've just gone back from the beach walk. We went to this place called the Pet Butcher in Henley Beach here in Adelaide. And it's actual like a proper fucking legit butcher. Like, it looks gangster for pets and stuff. So we've just gotten some cute ass little treats for this little nugget. And then a bunch of beefy meals for Biggie. Take her out of there, man. He might get a bit upset. You know what I'm saying? He might get a little bit upset. But we got heaps of shit. Look at her face.
He loves it.
That's the best. Got them a bunch of treats I'll show you. Get on these. Peanut butter cookies. I got this weird, massive beef here. And then we got things like these kangaroo tails, I think they are. A few of these classic bully sticks. And then a bunch of this stuff. So I think there's like some turkey legs in here, some chicken legs, just chicken breast. And they have these sweet meals. Oh, we also got, I don't know why I'm showing you all my dog food at the moment, but it's pretty gangster. I love this sort of stuff. We've got some sardines. And then these, I already feed them these. Like they're just whole food pouches of food. But these meals, that look ripper. I'm on prep right now. I want to fucking smash this food. Oh, let me just... I want to smash this food, but anyways. That's that. I'm about to whip up. It's currently 11:35 a.m. I still haven't had my first meal. I do like to fast though, especially on non-training days, because I get up, I take my stimulants. Obviously, I've been taking, well not obviously, but I take growth hormone at night. That helps with lipolysis throughout the morning and throughout the day, burning that fat, especially if I'm in a fasted state. I get my cardio done, I get my steps done, and now I'll eat my first meal. I'm fucking ravenous, but it is what it is. So I'll make that up, I'll smash that back, and then I'll probably clip into the next video of burning fat, setting up your protocol, setting up how you would structure your fat loss phase, and getting jacked / shredded / whatever the hell transformation you want to achieve, you know, in a set time frame. So I'll see you guys soon. All right, guys. As promised, I was going to do a video on calculating your own calories, whether that be deficit, whether that be surplus, maintenance. I want you guys to know how to do this shit yourselves if you need to. Because this is the sort of thing I was doing when I was like 14 years old. Seems complicated, it's not really. There are also online calculators you can always go to. But I'm gonna try to be some science guru today, which I'm definitely not, and take you through these mathematics. The mathematics, sorry, of which I would do if I was coaching a client, because I like to be a little bit more accurate than just typing up a calculator and then rolling from there. So, for me right now in prep, this probably isn't how my coach does it, because we've been working with each other for about 5 years. So we've got lots of accumulated data. But if you're just yourself and you want to give it a shot, you want to get shredded for summer, or you will have a photo shoot, or you want to put on muscle, not sure what it will be, I would do these steps. Now, I've started off with a rough person. I don't know who this motherfucker is, but he's someone, right? 27 years old. You would do the same. So you'd write your age, your gender, which there are only 2 now. The height in centimeters. I'm doing this in centimeters. I forgot what, like, it's not imperial, it's the other thing. Centimeters, kilograms, body fat percentage, all right? Cool. Now this, lots of people don't know. They're like, how do I calculate my body fat percentage? Honestly, and this has worked 10 out of 10 times for me, maybe it's because I've seen so many physiques. Literally just be honest with yourself. Search up body fat percentage photos online, and you'll get like 10 dudes who look pretty fucking fat, and they'll be like, well, one be shredded, one would be pretty fat, and it'll be like 5%, 10%, 15%. Just be honest with yourself, look in the mirror and say, I'm probably close to that dude who's like 25%. But this dude's not too bad, he's sitting at 15%. He wants to get a little bit leaner, maybe in like 4 to 8 weeks before summer, so he can walk down the fucking beach and look pretty dope, okay? So, 27-year-old male, 180 centimeters, decently tall lad, 90 kilos, 50% body fat. So step 1 is calculate your maintenance calories. Everybody wants to get jacked, get shredded, get fit, get strong, get big. But nobody wants to just fucking do the basic things, which is set up your calories. You can't just train, you can't just work hard. You've got to do the basics, do the fundamentals, okay? So, calculate maintenance calories. The way I do this, determine your lean body mass and your BMR. Easiest way, so I don't waste your time, search up online, catch McArdle formula. In that formula, there are many calculators online. It will use the method of that formula to calculate your BMR. But your lean body mass, you're gonna have to understand through getting your body fat percentage. So we'll ask you for that body fat percentage, put it in, and then we'll give you BMR. Fantastic, that's done. Then you determine your TDE. This is your total daily energy expenditure. So this is what your body expends just being you. Like, what the fuck does Cam burn just being Cam, fiddling, talking, moving around without the extra expenditure, okay? So you'll determine that, which is your BMR, what you just calculated up here, which will take you 10 seconds, times your activity factor. Now, I'm gonna put up activity factors on the screen because there are many of them. It goes from sedentary all the way up to heavy exercise. Moderate is 1.55, that's the activity factor. It's kind of irrelevant for now, but it will be on the screen so you'll be able to see what activity factor you are. So just be honest with yourself. I always choose moderate, even if my client is a concreter and they're out all day long in the sun, so they're doing a lot of exercise. I still say they're moderate because it's just easy to just roll with moderate and then adjust calories afterwards. That's kind of step 2, but not step 2. Then to get your maintenance calories, the fucking be all and end all what we came here for. You use the number you got from that, which is your TDD, okay? Which was 2,022.4 calories based on these numbers here. You take that, you times it by the activity factor, and then you get your maintenance calories, which for this lad was 3,134.72 calories a day. This is actually very neat writing for me, just fucking putting it out there. Normally you would be like, dude, why do you scribble on a whiteboard? So that's what his are. Based on those things, it will take you 5 minutes to calculate. Fucking fantastic. Now that you have that. Moving into step 2, the fun bit, macronutrient distribution. Where are you going to put your macros, if you even know what macros are? Carbs, fats, proteins. I'm not going to go into that in this video. That's irrelevant. You're going to want to put those somewhere. So there's many different ways in which we can set up where you put your macros that make up those calories. I personally am a high carb, low fat, high protein sort of dude. You might be a high fat, moderate carb, high protein sort of dude. You might be a high protein, high fat, right? I think I just said that. You might be moderate all the way across the board. What will stay stagnant though will be a high protein. I never really go low protein. That would be kind of silly. There's really no reason to go low protein. So these are some rough ratios. If you want moderate carb, okay, you do a 30% protein breakdown, 35% fat breakdown, and 35% carb breakdown. But just so I haven't lost you, that's the breakdown of the calories up here. And I'll take you through it in a second. If we want low carb, you do a 40% protein split, 40% fat split, and 20% carb split. And if you want a high carb, which is my go-to, it always gives me the best bang for my buck in accordance with the numbers that I get at the end, you go 30% protein, 20% fat, 50% carb. Because lots of coaches like to go, oh, well, you should times your weight by 2 or 2.5 if it's in kilograms, or times your pounds by 1 or 1.5, which you can do. But I find this method of the high carb, choosing something that offers you about 30% protein, kind of ends you up at that number anyways. But if you find it to be a little bit low, always just double check your protein amount by just going, okay, if I'm 90 kilos, what's 90 kilos times 2, right? Because that would be 2 grams of carbs per, it would be 2 grams of carbs per kilo of body weight. So if you're 90, that would be 180. And this already came to over here, 198. So it's pretty well bang on the fucking money for where you want your protein to be using the high carb formula. So I chose this to work into a deficit amount of calories. So when you get your maintenance calories, you're gonna wanna figure out, do I wanna cut, do I wanna bulk, do I wanna stay the same? If you stay the same, eat the maintenance calories, call it a day, end the vid. If you wanna cut, I always just slash 500 calories straight off. Done, chow, gone. If I wanna bulk, I put 500 calories on. I don't do this silly, like 10%, 20%, 15% calories off. I don't do it. Maybe it's not silly to be honest, but I just find 500 calories either way does the job, and then you can adjust from there. So I took his maintenance, I subtracted 500 calories, and we got 2,635 calories a day. With those calories, I then chose the high carb, so we broke those calories down into whatever it says, 30% protein, 20% fat, 50 carb, and we got 198 grams of protein, we got 59 grams of fat, and we got 329 grams of carbs. That is what you would eat, that is what he would damn eat if he's trying to lose fat, if he's trying to get shredded. Then what you do is you'd monitor it on a weekly or a fortnightly basis. You'd have a coach potentially doing it, or you'd have yourself doing it. You'd get an app, a notes file. I just used to do it with my notes when I was younger. I'd stand on the scale every morning before eating or drinking and after going on the toilet. Stand on the scale, whatever it says, write it down, do that 7 days in a row, average it, do it 7 days in a row, average it. If you're the same weight, honestly, you can move your activity, so your output up, or you can move your cardio, or you can move, your calories down. That can be for another video though, because I just kind of wanted to tell you how you get your baseline numbers and then how to obviously average it, because that's really important, because you do want to be monitoring it. But it's really just a game of adjustments after that. A baseline for all of my guys is always 10K steps. I feel like everybody's going to progress either in a lean bulk or a shred phase on 10K steps. And then like I said, you just want to manage those calories either going down or that output being steps and or added cardio being inputted, being increased to give you a higher deficit come the end of that 7 days, right? By not reducing food. So a few options you can do there. Now just put a few notes down here, just some kind of bonus fucking points. Flexibility in macro ratios. What I mean by that, simply put, none of this is fucking correct. Everybody is their own person. So I might use the low carb method, which is like much higher protein. It might put him at 250 protein. It might put him at like 120 grams of fat, 130 grams of fat. It might put him at like 100 grams of carb. But if I was traveling, if I wasn't training, if I just had surgery, if I was resting from weight training, resistance training, heavy overload, why would I need so many carbs? So that could be a perfect ratio. Or if you're just used to eating high fats, whether it's a cultural thing or something else, you might be like me where you just burn through fucking carbs like butter. So I'd use the high carb. Or you might like really just evening out your kind of meals throughout the day and having a nice healthy fat to carb ratio, and you might not preference one or the other. They're all going to work as long as your calories are in a deficit if you are trying to lose fat, lose weight, and they're all going to work as long as your calories are in a surplus. However, I do offer carbs in a surplus. I just think you will get better training performance, which will outcome in better gains, okay? And the last but not least is your tools. If you want to fucking do this right, don't be a slop, do it properly. Get food scales, get body weight scales, get a calorie tracking app like MyFitnessPal, or there's one called Chronometer. Wow, I'm fucking dumb. Anyways, get an app like that and measure yourself over a 7 to 14 day period, get some averages with your body weight, get some averages with your weight training, make sure you're progressively loading, and voila. I hope I did that all right. I'll get better, but as promised, that's the method. If you really want to shortcut this whole thing, just search up fucking calculators, do it all for you, and just give it a bang. There's no harm in just trying, jump in the deep end, and then see what happens when your body starts to change in 7 to 14 days and make some random adjustments. If you stay consistent to anything, you're going to get results all the way.